Yeah, my name's Greg Sestak. I'm the president of BioWare Corp.
I'm Ray Muzica. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of BioWare Corp. What we're trying to deliver, I guess at a high level for Mass Effect, is sustained emotional intensity. So the production values have to be just over the top, amazing. We want to deliver the production values of a Hollywood blockbuster and really convey emotion at a fundamental level. Have an amazing story with the best damn digital actors in a video game ever, and really compelling, deep choices that have consequences, an expansive universe to explore, and some really, inspiring adrenaline driving and combat and conflict.
The biggest thing about making the digital actors work is really getting everything to work right. Like you think you nailed one thing, like the head turning, all of a sudden, oh, the eyes aren't looking right, or the mouth isn't moving properly. It's really, to get a digital actor really reflecting reality, because we inherently know it's almost like wired into us as humans to know how faces should look and act. You just have to get it all right, and so there's really no space for forgiveness in not having it correct. And so the great thing is we have an awesome set of tools. The team working on this stuff is really into it, and they've researched all that you can research on facial expressions, on how the muscles of the face work. We've reflected all that in the tools that we have and in the game the way we're presenting it.
We can't endanger the mission for a bunch of...
I'm in charge here, Garrus, not you. I gave you an order and you damn well better follow it.
I think it's incredibly important for players to make choices with consequences. So we don't want them to feel they're doing things which are empty actions, but instead they should see the results of those actions translate into consequences, sometimes considerably later in the storyline, and we have different endings as a result of what you do. You're the tip of the spear of humanity on the galactic stage, in effect. You're the first human Spectre. It's an elite military organization that is really charged with protecting the galaxy at all costs, so it's a huge, momentous task, and it's about saving billions of lives. Sometimes you have to do the wrong thing to achieve the right result. So it's kind of like being Jack Bauer in space. And there's always consequences for his actions. Commander Shepard's the same way. And there's going to be different endings. There's going to be people who remember the things you've done. One of the most interesting reputation systems built yet thus far in a BioWare game is in Mass Effect. We aren't revealing any details of that yet, but it's ultra cool.
You can totally play it very much like an action game where you're running from obstacle to obstacle, you're ducking behind things, you're using cover, you're popping up behind it really seamlessly. But at the same time, just as easily, you can actually pause the game, take some time, decide where you're going to put all your characters, and decide what they'll do when they get there, and let that happen, then pause again. And it's a really cool way of having a nice core mechanic of how everything works, the actual action element, but then being able to pause it and sort of automate little pieces of it, giving the players real flexibility. In our teams, we reflect the whole audience as well. So when folks in our team, we get them to play the game, and if they're really not a Twitch player, we want to make sure they can really do what they want to do, and that's been very successful for us.
Insults won't get you the info you need.
A billion lives are hanging in the balance here.
We also put a lot of emergence into the game, so that the talent trees are really interesting with biotic powers and weapons and tech abilities. And for example, some biotic powers, there's essentially a skill tree of talents. And the lift power is built up after you've gotten a certain number of points put into the biotic power throw. You can use the lift command to lift obstacles in the battlefield and throw them at your enemies. You can use them to lift them and then shoot them, and they spiral out of control, maybe bumping into things and creating some chaos and distracting the enemies. Or you can actually lift up cover, and your enemies might be hidden behind that cover, and then you can attack them unawares. So the emergence comes from the smart application of the tremendous amount of tactical details that you can apply in yourself and your squad mates.